Hey, Amanda here with In-House Ally. I am a little bit fired up today. Just was reminded of a topic that I get on a little bit of a soapbox about. I have a real problem with, especially in my industry, accountants just telling business owners they just need to do it differently. And I'll paint a bigger picture here. Something that happens a lot in the accounting world is, we all know that businesses tend to struggle with their finances. And a lot of times businesses are only meeting with their accountant like once a year during tax season. And so often they show up for that tax appointment. They know their stuff's a mess. And the CPA or tax person might look at them and say, well, you just need to be doing your bookkeeping throughout the year. You have the QuickBooks file. You just need to do it. Um, and I don't think there's usually a lot of judgment involved with that, but it is not the whole picture, right? This goes down to like this is the whole human nature conversation, right? We may know need to make a change, but actually making a change is another thing. And just hounding someone or telling them, well, you just need to do it is not helpful. Okay. So, where this feels personal for me is that, I think this works in a lot of industries, is in the case of, like, for me, working out. I do not enjoy working out very much. I have had my seasons of finding activities I enjoy more than others. I've had times when it's just not been on the table, like birthing three children in a row. That was just not happening, right? And I've had times where it's been a lot better and it's been more part of my routine. But overall, my whole life, it has been a struggle. It is not something I've been very natural at. I want to be. I care about it. I obviously know it takes a lot of hard work. Okay. But along the way, right, I've interacted and seen, because there is just, it's everywhere on social media, the diet industry, the fitness industry, everyone wants to lose a few pounds. And it's, so there's a lot in your face about it. And when I really get upset is when I see trainers online or programs online, and they're using some of the same language of like, you just need to do it. And in fact, I saw someone's post just a few months ago that really got me upset, where she had shared, oh, I know this gal, she's semi-local, right? Like in South Dakota. She does all these fitness videos online, and you can log in and watch them live and do them with her live. And I've been doing my workouts from home lately, watching some YouTube videos. So I thought, oh, I'd check it out. And I want to be part of a community, obviously. But I went and checked out this fitness ladies business website. And one of the very first posts on the site had to do with, basically, if you're not going to take this seriously and if you're not going to show up and do it, then find another trainer, because clearly you don't care enough. And if you cared, you would just find the motivation and do it. And I just get so mad. Like, I know that there's a fine line with making excuses, right? And at the end of the day, you do have to take action. But I have my excuses. I recognize sometimes they feel like excuses with quotes, right? Of, it's hard to find time because I am a mom to three children, 5 and under, and I'm tired and I'm growing a business on the side. It's My body is at such a beginner stage, and all the videos that I follow are really difficult. I can't really do the squats. I have a stupid knee that every time I try to do squats, it just gives out on me. I've tried all these different forms in the past and they've just never worked for me. I might get excited about a program and then I absolutely just fade out after a month because I get bored. I don't really like to sweat and get worked up. It's hard. It's not fun. It's not like I don't have the right workout gear. Gosh, I don't even own a sports bra. And like, all of these I can rattle off in my brain, and those need to be addressed in some way, shape, or form. But it is not helpful to just demean and shame and yell back at that person and say, well, you just need to do it. What's helpful for a lot of people, myself included, is having somebody in my corner as an ally saying, oh, I hear all those things. I want to hear every one of those issues you have with why this is hard. Maybe there are some of those that we can address, right? Like the doing the squats. Okay, well, you know what? Let's find workout videos that don't include squats. Let's find knee friendly workout videos. We can do that. You're not a bad person. You're not less than, and you're not a failure because you want to do a workout that doesn't have squats in it. And let's look at your calendar, and maybe doing an hour-long workout 5 days a week just isn't even a priority to you just because that's what someone else says you need to do. Maybe that's not the right starting point for you. Let's find something that matches in your calendar. And having someone along for the journey who truly can see the hangups you have and not make you feel less than or shamed that you have these struggles. But I mean, if I am wanting to improve, right? It's not that I'm failing at this because I just don't care or I don't prioritize it. I want to improve. I want to get better, but it's hard and I need someone to help. I want a cheerleader. I want accountability. I want someone to help me strategize a plan that I can actually follow through with. And then I want someone to be there to encourage me to pick up my workouts after taking a whole week off and tell me, hey, you took a week off. Okay, well, do your workout tomorrow. Do it right now. That's okay. You're not a failure. You didn't fail the whole thing. And I feel this is so similar to what I see in the accounting and in the bookkeeping industry. And the work that I do with my clients so often, I mean, the start of our conversations when I first meet with them during that initial 30-minute call, they usually come with an attitude of, well, I've done this. I've tried this. It just hasn't worked well. And I just don't even know anymore. But like, I know it needs to be better. I know my finances need to be more in order for my business. And it's just been hard. And I just know I just need to do it. If I could just sit down and just do it, then it wouldn't be a big problem. But there's just more to that conversation, right? And the work that then I get to walk through with my clients, which is just such an amazing process to be a part of on my end, is hearing all of those hangups, hearing all of the variables, helping them sort through, well, A, is the goal you even have the goal that you really need to have or want to have? Or is that just the goal you've set because you think you're supposed to? And B, like what are the areas that matter the most to look at addressing first? And how can we address them in a way that is good for you, matches with you, goes at the pace you need to go at? Because you're never going to go from 0 to 100. I'm never going to go from not working out to being able to do like a P90X workout every day. I'm just not. So if that's not the right move, what is the right next step? Where can we go from here? And not having it be in a sense that is making you feel like you failed at it, right? Every step forward is a step forward. And if there is a step back, you can turn around and go back forward again, right? There's going to be hiccups along the way. And if there's recurring hiccups, evaluating that and trying to figure out why did that same, what was really the root cause of some of those continued hangups. Just to give another example of this before I wrap up, similar to the working out, right? Having a proper diet has also been a struggle for me, I think, like most people. And it's totally changed with the seasons. And again, having babies and whether I'm working out of the home or working from home. And every time that I start to really struggle and I start kind of putting my strategy brain into thinking about, like, again, where's that root cause? Where is that coming from? How can I address this? One thing recently that I've been looking at is afternoon snacking. Like somehow I'm perfectly fine eating a good breakfast and having no problem going to lunch without even thinking about a snack. But yet from 1 o'clock to supper, I just want a handful and a handful and a handful and a handful of snacks in my kitchen. And I would say 2 years ago, the reasoning for that, which I had to face at the time, was I was 100% emotionally eating. I had a lot going on in my home life and my family, my extended family life. There was just some stuff that was extremely stressful and hard to process. I don't like to process hard things. That is not fun for me. And so when the day would be hard and I would think about these hard things, I would instead completely walk to the kitchen, shove a snack in my mouth. And I had to, I mean, ultimately at that time, that was when I started thinking through really what some of my symptoms were. That was actually about the time then I did go find a therapist and get counseling. But I felt like looking at this last couple months, I'm going, I don't think it's an emotional eating thing. I feel like I'm in a healthy place. I'm doing good. So then why am I walking in the kitchen every 30 minutes all afternoon trying to find a handful to eat? And then I was thinking about it some more and I go, I think it's a dopamine hit. I think I need the dopamine hit because I get bored doing the same thing all day. And so on especially my Mondays and Fridays when I work a full day, I get tired and I want to, by midday, I'm starting to get antsy and I want to shift gears. And so it feels like the afternoon drags on. So I find myself going to the kitchen and needing a dopamine hit just to bring a little bit of spice, a little bit of happiness into my life. And it helps me get through my afternoon of a long work day. All that to say, I mean, the symptom maybe looked the same, but if I hadn't just sat and thought through, like, where exactly is this process breaking down, right? Where exactly is your bookkeeping process breaking down? What is the root of all of that? Then I might have just beat myself up day after day. Well, just don't snack. Just don't do it. Just stop it. I'm like, how successful am I going to be at that? Right. And now I'm kind of recognizing, like, oh, well, the days that I do get in my car and go run errands in the afternoon in town, like, I don't think at all about snacking. And I'm getting such a dopamine hit from, like, woo, I leave my house and I'm driving around and I'm stopping at the bank. And I love being out and about. And so, okay, well, now that I can recognize that that's some of that root cause, how can I build my routines differently for my afternoons now to address the snacking thing? And you know what? I like eating my snacks. So I've decided I'm going to keep just eating my small lunch and shift some of my snacks and have them pre-plated. I'm just going to make a charcuterie plate in my fridge so that if I do need that dopamine hit, like today, I'm working from home this afternoon and I'm not going to be leaving my house. I don't really have anything else for that dopamine hit. It's still kind of chilly outside. I don't want to go out for a walk or anything. But now I have a plate in my fridge all ready to go with a little bit of cheese, a little bit of meat, some blueberries, some Triscuits, and little chocolate chips. So I've got it pre-planned because it's not that snacking is evil. I just needed to avoid maybe large handfuls of goldfish out of my kids' snack bin. um, so just a word to the accountants to try to take that pause, listen to those concerns, those excuses, the hangups that your clients are having if they're continuing to quote unquote fail, right? And remember that they might need more personal help and maybe you're the person to give that to them. And as the business owner, stop believing those lies too that you just need to do it because that's not going to get you very far. Just sheer willpower is not actually going to get you long-term, consistent results. So, if you're looking for this personal conversation to get down to the root of your hangups and the stuff in your processes that you want to iron out, or just how to get past that feeling of you just need to make this change and you don't even know if that is the right change for you, you can reach out. You can always book some time with me. You can find me at hello@in-houseally.com or go to my website, inhouseally.com, or feel free to shoot me a message anytime. Thanks.